This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Thursday, June 15th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. A pop-up business in Fort Wayne is looking to educate residents about the ability to create a second life for their single-use plastics. Vessel Refillery FW allows people to bring their empty plastic or glass containers and refill them with a variety of products for the body and home, like shampoo or multi-purpose cleaners.
When you fill your vessel with something, you're filling it with items that are organic, vegan, cruelty-free, made by a maker in small batches. So it's not just good for you, but it's also good for the environment.
Owner Heather Clays said her next goal is to find a brick-and-mortar location for the startup. Louisville-based CRS Reprocessing Services this week announced plans to invest $8 million to relocate its corporate headquarters and operations facility to Jeffersonville. The company plans to build a new facility in the Bridgeport Industrial Park and bring 19 jobs to the region, with plans for future growth. CRS designs custom processing equipment that performs chemical filtering repurposing for industrial clients around the globe. The company said the process allows customers to transform used fluids back to specified performance levels. Indiana's 12 casinos drew nearly $192 million in revenue last month, a 7.6% decrease from last year, marking the third consecutive month to rake in less than the year prior. The highest earning casino was once again Hard Rock Casino Northern Indiana in Gary with $32.2 million. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
Fort Wayne Metals is partnering with NASA's Glenn Research Center in Cleveland to research shape memory alloy material technology that would be used on future moon rovers. IIB's Kate Sharon has details.
The company said the collaboration includes studying anticipated operating conditions on the moon and developing initial nitinol materials for lunar applications. Nitinol is a shape memory alloy that Fort Wayne Metals said is super elastic because of its unique ability to undergo deformation and return to its original shape. The tough, lightweight material is designed to perform various tasks across a wide range of temperatures and conditions. Dr. Santo Padula with NASA said the partners will take what they've learned developing advanced shape memory alloy tires for conditions on Mars and adapt them to support human and robotic exploration of the extreme cold and unknown terrain features of the moon's south pole. Fort Wayne Metals expects to have a commercial supply of lunar environment-ready nitinol materials by 2026 for future lunar rover providers. The company declined to provide the financial investment in the project. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Full-time workers in Indiana need to earn at least $19 an hour or $39,526 a year in order to afford rent on a two-bedroom apartment, according to a report released yesterday by Prosperity Indiana and the National Low-Income Housing Coalition. However, not everyone is meeting that mark, with Indiana's average renter wage at only $17.86 per hour. The report also notes that those earning Indiana's minimum wage, $7.25, must now work 105 hours a week to afford a two-bedroom home at fair market rent. The Indiana Youth Institute is preparing to launch a $20 million initiative designed to support workers at youth services organizations throughout the state. The Youth Worker Well-Being Project is a collaboration among 5 intermediary youth-serving organizations that is being funded by a grant from Indianapolis-based Lilly Endowment. Institute CEO Tammy Silverman said supporting workers' own mental health and well-being will be the first need to address.
The project is kicking off with virtual mental health services, which will be available to youth workers across the state, unlimited, free of charge. And so that will be a virtual offering. So we're starting with that. You know, they said there's been a lot on their plate and that has taken a toll on them. In addition, vicarious trauma has always been an issue in our field. So really starting with their own mental well-being.
The project, which will launch in early 2024, will also feature cohort training and learning, particularly for emerging leaders of color, as well as peer support groups. Media personality Carlos Diaz is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.